tell us that they care about our kids when they look after. I grew up to a time in state care. I was beaten, I was sexually abused, all in the name of state care. That's how much they care. We were kicked out of our welfare home. For the weekends we weren't allowed to return because that's how much they care about the kids in their care. They put us all at risk because they really only wanted the income. They didn't care about the kids in their care. It was okay for them to be raped. It was okay for them to be thrown off cliffs. It was okay for them to be beaten. And people compliantly walk past. Our government's awesome. And the history of our government, and I'm coming up 50 this year, our government has continually failed the children. They've continually allowed the sexual abuse, the beatings, everything to continue. They haven't actually fixed nothing. They haven't tried it. Otherwise they wouldn't continue with the system we have. They would have changed. They would have made it more into a family, community group where they put the kids first, where they actually cared about the kids by keeping them in the community, keeping them in a safe environment where there's not one or two people looking after them, there's a community there. But they aren't interested in simple, easy fixes that could be long-term beneficial. They'll continue with our system and just keep name changing it. When I was in there, it was called DSW, Department of Social Welfare. Then it became SIS. And now it's Oranga Tamariki. And the only thing OT really stands for is the over-the-top abuse that happens in our state care. That's funded by our government. That's never dealt with. That's, if you're abused in state care, how they measure it is by a percentage. The trauma's put on a percentage and you're very lucky if you make it over 20%. They minimise it. They don't take it seriously. They don't deal with it. Last year over 400 kids were abused in state care that we know of. And yet people just, oh, it's okay, it's the government's problem. Well, our government ain't dealing with it. It's the people's problem. It's the community's problem. It's each and every one of our problems. It's not the government's problem. They'll prove they can't take care of it. If they can't, then it's up to the people to step up, like the ones here. And that takes guts. That takes overhaul. And it takes effort. But while you're living in your sugar-coated castles that will melt one day, you don't care what's happening to the kids around you. As long as you're only protecting your little bubble, you don't care what happens to the kids that come from trauma. The kids like me that became criminals. The kids like others that become gang members. The kids that don't even make it because they're murdered. But we don't talk about it. We don't deal with it. We always hide in our little bubble, expecting someone else to do the job. Well, New Zealand needs to get off the arse and protect the children instead of being complacent little motherfuckers. And excuse my French, but I'm just tired of this community always ignoring the real issue. Childhood trauma destroys lives. Hey, Rob. Childhood trauma destroys lives. It's time to issue and fix it, or you're part of the problem. And maybe you need to be in jail because you're enabling the pedophiles, the child abusers to continue. Enjoy your lunches over there. That's more important than the kids.